The next morning we meet Gingerlin bright and early downstairs of the inn. He leads us towards the city exit and soon we return to familiar routes. Alright, so I think we're going further south, right? Our path takes us along the beach for a short while. The white sands glitter beneath the sunlight and filter annoyingly into our shoes. Okay. Oh. Okay, I mean this background looks almost the same as before except that it looks a bit different. Now the track is actually quite sandy. Yeah. And then the plants here look kind of like they look kind of like dry or something like that. Yeah, but then again maybe it's because it's evening, so eventually we return to flat dirt roads and travel late into dusk. The sun is finally creeping below the horizon. We stop a bit off of the main path into a grove of trees to make camp. Okay. After the fire is lit, the savory perfume of dinner. Huh? Who actually calls it perfume of dinner? No, you don't associate perfume with dinner. No, that's not how English works. You should actually just say the savory aroma of dinner. Yeah, that's it. Makes my stomach growl. Or grow. Actually growl, yeah. We all gather together as we serve out the food. Terra sits close to Zack during dinner, yeah. Her arm brushing against his whenever she takes a bite of food. I catch Zack glancing at her every once in a while before quickly looking away. Oh, come on now, Zack. You still embarrassed at this time? Leanna scoots closer to Gingerlin. Hey, what about me?
So, Gingerlin, can you tell us some more stories? Sorry,
Gingerlin. Okay, she's now more interested in Gingerlin than me, huh? Leanna, what's this? You betrayed me? No, I'm just kidding. He chuckles.
Oh, I don't know.
What? I'm sure you have some other stories, right? Leanna squirms.
Please!
Please, pretty please! She moves even closer. Her eyes glitter with a kind of excitement I usually associate with small children. But actually you don't have to say small children because children are small, so yeah, kind of redundant here, yeah.
We'd love to hear one.
Amelia takes a tiny bite and then nods.
Perhaps one which is not as widely known.
Not as widely known. Well, I would like to hear that kind of stories, yeah. Leanna beams at Gingerlin.
Well, if that's what you wish, how can I refuse?
Alright, here we go, another story. Maybe a story about the shadow elemental, you know? There's a heavy pause. After a moment, Gingerlin takes a deep breath. Don't tell ghost stories though. Leanna's scared of those.
I loved a shadow caster.
So I was right. He's really talking about a shadow elemental now? Something related? His voice was low and sad.
I loved how her giggles shimmered with silver. I loved her moonlit hair, her star-flecked fingers.
Is that like your lost love or something? Because it sounds like a poem about his lost love.
Together we wished, we teased, we played. She covered me in twilight, in soft murmurs and rain.
This sounds really sad.
I'll show you, my sweetling, she whispered, she soothed. My friends and their shadow magic are just misunderstood.
Yeah, so he's talking about something related to the shadow magic. And considering that his name is highlighted purple, means he's also related to shadow magic, you know.
But little by little, her mind turned to dark flowers.
Dark flowers, so that's not a good thing, right?
And violent meteor showers.
How does flower turn into showers?
Shadows poured from her mouth. She spat, she swore, she roared, splattering me with ink, with oil and ore.
Seriously? So she became evil, even though she said she won't?
The night was too strong, too much underneath her skin. It flared from her fingers, her shoulders, her rings. She tore apart our friendship, our home, our dreams.
That's really bad.
Surely, her friends, dishonest and cruel. Surely, she had me fooled.
But maybe she was possessed by some curse? Gingerlin pauses. For a moment, I'm not sure if it's going to continue.
I joined them and discovered too late the mistake I had made.
The mistake you had made? That is, you failed to understand her?
They had been wrong, not her.
Okay.
She was trying to save them, to keep their magic pure.
Oh, so it's the case of her trying to be evil so as to save them. Yeah, even if it means getting misunderstood by them.
But the shadows, they whispered, they crawled and lingered. She fell into my arms, light as mist. Her power wreathed about her neck, her chest, her wrists. She sobbed, she whimpered.
Light has missed, so that means she was disappearing.
Please, take me with you.
Did you take her with you?
We'll cuddle in our garden of auroras. We'll build a house of starlight, of everything lovely and bright.
So now she wants light. Actually, come to think of it, I wonder why there is no light magic in this world. It's kind of curious, isn't it? I mean, there's like the basic 4 elements. There's like earth, fire, wind, and water, right? And then there's shadow magic, but there's no light magic. But the thing is, where there's shadow, there's light, right? So why is there no light magic in this world? Maybe light magic is so rare that it can only be unlocked by the main hero. Who knows? Yeah, by Pixel Fate. Who knows? Yeah.
But there was nothing I could do.
Maybe I'm the key to unlocking light magic in this world.
She faded into twilight, into smoke and wind.
And it's really sad. Nothing you could do.
I'm left with nothing but the memory of her left on my skin.
It's probably, yeah, his love. There's a thick silence. The weight of his story is still hanging in the air. The moonlight casts over Gingaline's silver hair and beard, bringing out the dark shadows across his face. The fire crackles and pops. Or the fire crackles, yeah, that works too. Finally, Gingaline bows his head.
Thank you for listening to my tale.
No problem, I guess. Leanna's eyes shimmer with tears.
That was so beautiful.
And sad. Gingaline smiles, but it doesn't quite reach his eyes.
Thank you.
But it was also so sad.
Yeah. That was heartbreaking. It was okay. This Weasley old man is using poetry to steal my Well, I did say I'm kind of like jealous of this man, but okay, let's not fool around. Let's not actually choose this. But I was seriously kidding when I said when I say I was jealous of this man. No, that was really heartbreaking. Yeah, my heart caves in my chest. Wow, that's such a horrible thing to have to go through. I tried to imagine watching someone I love slowly deteriorate into madness. Wouldn't have been easy, and not having the power to be able to help or stop it. My heart goes out to whoever this was. It was beautifully written. I think we can pretty much guess who this person is. Related to Gingaline, right? I think she's probably also a very important person in this story. I don't know. We'll have to see. Gingaline looks up at me. His smile is small and sad, and I think I see gratitude in his eyes. Does this story have to do with him? Definitely. He nods.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Soon after we finish eating, Gingaline leaves to refill his canteen with water from a nearby stream. Leanna and Amelia go out into the field, but I'm not too certain what is it that they're doing. Zack and Kara clean up and seem very content to do so without my help. Well, does that mean we get to go to one of these characters again? Have the choice to visit one of these characters, see what they're doing?
Oh, that looks fun.
What does? I look up. Gingaline is standing there retying his canteens to his belt. What does? Yeah. He nods towards Leanna and Amelia. I follow his gaze to see them practicing magic out in the field. Wow, that late in the night? Amelia waves her hand and sends a small flurry of ice across the grass. Now she's practicing ice magic. The Pungo grins hopping up and down with excitement.
Boy! Boy!
Hi! He bounces after it, making Leanna giggle. A manipulator pauses blue and a small gust of wind breathes out from underneath him. Makes him hover above the ground.
Boy!
Yes?
It's okay. I got you.
Okay. Leanna's breeze glides him along above the grass, steady and strong. The Pango's eyes light up. Well, he lights him along the grass. I think you don't need the above the grass. I think it's understood. Along the grass means already above, you know. So I think this above is not necessary. Woo! The Pango's flying. Leanna beams. She continues to push the Pango along, gathering speed and momentum. She makes him soar across the grass, and he lets out a loud squeak of delight. The minute spirals more and more ice and snow, a magic trailing behind the Pango and glittering like the tail of a shooting star. Gingerlin sits down beside me. Now he's curious about me.
When I first met you, I felt like I could sense some magic within you too.
Oh, you could? Like a lot of magic, a huge potential magic. I mean, I have a manipulator, so that would make sense. No, it's not that. Gingerlin studies me. His eyes seem to stare deep within me, as if trying to unmask my secrets. It's not that. If he says something like this, it definitely has nothing to do with your manipulator, Fixer. I shift underneath his gaze. Does he already know about me? I'm just being paranoid. Shaking the thought out of my head, I smile at Gingerlin, who returns my grin. His eyes crinkle warmly as he smiles.
Admittedly, I'm curious to know more about you. Perhaps I could dedicate a whole verse about you and your adventures.
Actually, that would be a great idea, no? Yeah, I would totally love that. I'm not sure if the Fixer is willing to do it. A verse? About me? He nods again, his smile bright and excited.
Where is it you hail from?
Oh, hail, yeah. Where is it you hail from? Yeah, I like that line. Isaria? Nah, you're not gonna fool this old man.
Yes, but where in Isaria?
Oh, somewhere far away. Small place. Don't know it. Like some very small area.
Try me. I am fairly well traveled.
Oh, you sure about that? What if I say I'm from Earth? I rack my brain for the name of a city or place, any name. I'm from New York, the magical school of backwards. Hey, please no. The barren lands of Winterfall. I mean, these two are nonsense. I mean, well, I can try to fool him, but I think I won't be able to fool him with these two answers. But if I try to choose this, let's see what he says. He'll be shocked. He'll be like, "What? New York? It's called New York." Damn it, that's not what I meant to say. But I said it, so sorry, Pixar. Gingerlin blinks in surprise.
New York?
Yeah, you don't know. Because I came from another universe. Yep, like I said, small place. Many towns, smallest town ever, not many people have heard of it. Actually, it's a big city, but yeah. Gingerlin nods, looking deep in thought.
What is New York like?
Myself tell him. People shop and go to work. It's pretty boring and super normal. I'm not sure about that actually, you know.
How odd. I haven't heard of it.
Because I'm from another universe, you wouldn't have heard of it. He fixes me with that same stare, and once again I feel the anxiety rise within me. Does he know I'm lying? No, I don't think so. I did say the truth, that I'm from New York. Well, at least Pixar Fate anyway. I myself, of course, am not from New York. I'm not from America. That's the thing. Gingerlin's smile falters, but it doesn't press me.
Did you leave to study at the Mage Academy?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's totally what I did. No, let's be honest. Leanna taught me, yeah. Well, kind of. Not exactly. Leanna taught me everything I know.
Oh, are you training to be a Mage-Knight as well?
Well, yeah, I guess. Kind of. She's been training me in both casting technique and sword fighting. He nods. Yeah, we actually have to acknowledge Leanna. You know, Leanna for training me, you know. Yeah, we have to acknowledge that.
I see. And how long have you been training with her?
Quite recent, actually. Might as well tell him the truth. I mean, nothing to lie about. How long have I been on Terra? It feels like years, but it couldn't have been more than a few months. Well, might as well ask Leanna. But, well, Pixar himself probably lost track of time because we haven't actually seen any calendars or something. Or a little bit, I guess.
Well, you must have a very high aptitude for magic indeed.
Oh, for magic indeed, I certainly do. My heart stops. I haven't casted in front of him before. How does he know he has a sixth sense? Okay. What makes you say that?
Well, it takes a very skilled mage to be able to train into a Mage-Knight.
True, true. I laugh nervously. Oh, right, of course.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Talking. I look up to see Leanna standing behind me. She grins with her hand on her hips. Bits of her hair is sparkling from Amelia's ice magic. Nice, you're playing with snow and ice. Just chatting. I shoot to a stand, probably a little too fast, but I'm eager to get out of this conversation as quickly as possible. Why are you being so paranoid? Please, sir, calm down. I'm feeling a bit tired, so I think I'm going to turn in early. Gingerlin inclines his head.
Thanks for humoring this, old bard.
Oh yeah, totally humoring you, yeah? I nod and shuffle over to the bedrolls. I see Leanna take my newly vacant seat. The Pongo bounces over to me, shimmering from the magic, the eyes and all.
Boy!
Hey, did you have a good time?
Boy!
Oh, you bet I am! That's what Pongo is saying. Jumps up and down, mimicking flying. I saw that, you did fly.
Boy!
Yeah. He jiggles happily and nestles in beside me. It isn't too long before I hear the others start to wind down for the night. Okay. I guess I really was more tired than I thought because I soon fall asleep to the warm glow of the fire. I think probably the next scene will be we'll arrive close to the water temple. Someone is shaking me, huh? I groan and blink awake. Everything still looks fuzzy. It's still night. What's going on? It's still dark out. What time is it? A blurry shape hovers over my face. I'm shaken again. Harder this time. Is it Leanna? Or is it Gingerlin? What? Groan and blink again, squinting. It takes a few minutes for my eyes to adjust. Amy? What?
Yes. Good evening.
No, it's already night. It's not evening, Amy. It's the wee hours. She doesn't move. Her face is blank but expectant. You okay? Why did you wake me up? What's up?
I wish to be with you in private.
What does that mean? Amy, you're gonna cause a misunderstanding like this. I have a girlfriend? You are too young! She's gonna get mad if I say you're too young. Heck yeah! Everything okay? Well, as much I would, if I'm in Pixar Fate's shoes, I'll totally ask her, is everything okay? You fine? Maybe she's just not good at talking. That's why, she says it in such a way that may cause a misunderstanding. But I'm going to humor her. I'm going to say, I have a girlfriend, Flattered, but I should let you know that there's someone else I'm interested in. The smiling visage of Leanna comes to my mind. Yeah. We have to remind ourselves of Leanna, okay?
That matter does not concern me.
What? What do you mean? My eyes widen. I didn't think she'd be so blunt and cool about it. It doesn't? What do you mean? What are you saying? Amelia blinks.
If you wish, you may ask this person to join us.
Oh sure, okay, I'll wake Leanna up. Warmth creeps into my cheeks. An image of Leanna and Amelia together pops into my head.
But I would like to reiterate my proposal. I wish to converse with you in private.
Okay, converse with me in private, okay. Then she have been more specific! I stare at her for a few seconds, stringing and tying all the words together. Realization rushes over me like cold water. You want to talk? Amelia nods. Then she have said so.
Yes.
But you almost caused a misunderstanding. Oh. A blush burns into my face. An awkward silence settles in the space between us, but Amelia seems undeterred. You aren't sleepy though? Why can't we save this for tomorrow or something? Or because if tomorrow then there won't be any privacy.
Please, come this way.
Okay. But you said I can ask this person to come along, right? So I'll wake Leanna up first. She turns on her heel with a twirl of her cloak and leads me off to the side, far away from the camp and the rest of the group. Wait, what about me waking up Leanna? So what is it?
I have been pondering the possibility for you casting without the use of a manipulator.
Okay, it's about that. Yeah, I kind of figured it's about that. Oh?
I believe it may be because you've absorbed magic from the elementals directly.
Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious at this point. It's really very obvious, yeah.
That reservoir of magic has been within you since the Fire Temple, and it merely has been a matter of unlocking your potential to cast from within to utilize the energy.
Yep, so now I've absorbed 3 elementals, right? So I'm like 3 times as strong now.
The harrowing situation on the beach proved it to be possible for you to channel from within. After having ample time to think, I believe it will be simple for you to pull that energy again.
Okay.
If this is the case, then perhaps you are able to cast more than one element.
Yeah, that will make me the first ever person to be able to cast more than one element. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I think in this world, every person in this area can only cast one elemental magic. Yeah, one type of elemental magic. Yeah, can only cast magic of one element basically. Yeah, like Amelia is ice and Leanna is wind. So for me, so far I'm only casting wind magic, right? But I haven't tried to cast fire magic or what else? And earth magic yet. I haven't tried casting those other 2 elements yet. My eyebrows knit together. More than one? She nods.
Thus far, you have only manipulated wind energy. That would lead me to the conclusion that despite the energy you absorbed, you were only using wind energy.
Yeah, because that's what Leanna taught me, but I haven't like tapped into using earth and what was that? Earth and fire energy yet.
If my theory is correct, I believe you may have untapped magic gathered inside of you, those of the other elements.
Yeah, but how am I going to tap it?
It is only a matter of bringing that magic to the surface. Have you attempted to use another element before?
Nope, never. But then again, Amy is ice, right? But then there are like no ice elementals, right? Maybe the ice elemental is actually related to the water elemental, since water and ice are kind of like related. Because if you melt ice, it's water. So I guess that's that. I shake my head. No, Leanna's just been teaching me wind magic yet, because Leanna can only use wind magic, so...
I see. Then allow me to show you how to use fire magic.
Oh yeah, I forgot Amelia can also use fire magic. Oh wait, that means I was wrong. That means a person can cast more than... A person in this area can cast more than one... Yeah, one can cast more than one... Wait, what was I saying? Can cast magic spells of more than one element. Yeah. So, but the thing is, for Pixel Fate, he can cast up to 3, and if he absorbs the water and shadow elementals, he'll be able to cast up to 5. That means he'll become the first person to be able to cast all 5 elemental magic. Yeah. But so far, he can only cast wind, so if Amelia teaches him how to use fire, then he'll be able to cast fire. But then, ice maybe related to water, I don't know, but maybe we'll see. What? Like right now? Yeah, I mean, why not? She nods and raises her hand. Flames blaze up and curl inside of her palm. Red and orange light flickers across her face. Now it's her turn to burn me to a crisp. Oh, that's awesome! Amelia doesn't smile, but I can see a spark of pride flicker between her eyes. Or rather, flicker behind her eyes. She closes her fist. Flames crackle between her fingers before flickering out with a puff of smoke.
Now, it is your turn.
Okay. You're not going to say the same thing as Leanna, right? Right? like, just focus. Right? Just focus. Okay, how do I do it? Just focus.
It is quite simple. Imagine the fire surging throughout your body.
Okay.
Imagine it flowing up your arm into your palm. If done correctly, a small flame should appear.
Okay, at least Amelia is able to better explain things than Leanna. Because Leanna just said, just focus. Okay? Just focus and you'll get it. But at least Amelia is more helpful. I nod and try to do as she says. I hold out my hand and close my eyes. My brows knit together in concentration. I picture flames coursing through my veins and out into my hand. The teasing warmth tingles down to the tips of my fingers, but nothing happens. I open my eyes, frowning. It isn't working. She crosses her arms. Well, I guess it takes a lot more training. It takes more practices, I guess.
This is a simple cast. Do not give up so easily.
I'm not giving up so easily. I'm trying. Yeah, but maybe for me it's not so simple. It took me some time to learn wind magic. She blinks.
Yes, but this is not wind magic.
Okay.
Perhaps we need a different approach.
Oh no, don't tell me this different approach is the same approach that Leanna take. Actually, come to think of it, now that I think about it, there are like 2 instances where Pixelfate was able to cast magic because of a crisis, like when he's in a dire situation, when he's in a dangerous situation, then he was able to cast magic, right? Like that time when Leanna tried to attack Pixelfate with wind magic, he was able to eventually cast wind magic, right? Because he was in danger. Then the same thing happened at the beach, where he was able to cast magic without a manipulator because he sensed somebody in danger. So actually this danger doesn't matter who is in danger, as long as he senses that something he himself is in danger or someone else is in danger, then he'll be able to cast magic, right? So I think she's going to try out this same approach. She pauses and taps her chin. You know what to do, Amelia.
You mentioned that absorbing each individual elemental energy gave you a different sensation. Perhaps we should focus on the emotional response you felt.
Well, we can try that. The emotion? She nods. Yeah, pretty sure you still remember how it felt, right, Pixel? It's worth a try. Closing my eyes, I remember the fire elemental. I remember the courage and strength that rushed through me at her touch. The feeling gathers inside of my chest, coiling like a hot band of scarlet. I reach out and latch onto it. A cracking, sparkling warmth bursts down my arm. I open my eyes. Red sparks fizz across my fingertips. Wow! A huge grin splits my face. Whoa! Amelia calmly nods.
Try snapping your fingers.
Alright, like this? I do. A tiny flame hisses and crisps, expanding into a larger one. I'm so excited I almost start laughing. Sweet! She glances at the small flame and then nods. Nice.
Yes, good. Now, let's try this.
Okay. Wait, what? The tiny flame puffs out. There's more? Of course. I mean, this is just the basic. I mean, you can. Have you seen Amelia first cast a very big fire? Amelia blinks.
Of course. You have only succeeded in creating a basic fire spell. As such, there's still more work to be done.
Yes, Amelia wants to train you to the bone, okay? Pixel. She's a lot stricter than Leanna. I hadn't realized how encouraging it was to have a mentor who shared in the excitement of my accomplishments until now. Well, I mean, it's good to have a strict mentor, no?
If my hypothesis is correct, you should be able to combine your wind magic along with your fire magic.
Combine my wind magic with my fire magic? Wow, that would be really powerful. That means you can combine fire and ice magic? I mean, you use fire and ice magic, right? Casting at the same time?
Correct. It is the same as any other cast. Focus on channeling your energy through your hand again. If it is easier, perhaps it would be best to summon the wind magic first and add the fire afterwards.
That would really be like powerful, you know, because it's like wind magic and then you add fire magic to it, then it's like wind with like fire tornado, you know? Yeah, really powerful. Amy waits for me to try, but I shake my head. Isn't this what mage casters do?
Yes.
So you're asking me to become a mage caster too? Okay. And doesn't it take years of schooling to become a mage caster student? Even more than it takes to become a full-fledged Mage-Knight? Well, that's in this world, but you are different, Pixel. You're from another universe.
That is also correct.
What makes you think I'll be able to do it with no training and a rudimentary understanding of single element casting?
Your ability for learning is already expedited when you consider the length of time it took you to learn how to cast at all.
Oh yeah, that's true, you know, actually took quite fast.
Understanding those timelines, it does not seem unlikely that you would be able to quickly acclimate to double element casting.
Yeah, I think, you know, if another human from Earth were to be teleported into this world of Terra, I think that person will also be able to tap into this potential as well. Imagine there's a large group of people from Earth, you know, teleporting into this world of Terra, and then if there are some evil people among that bunch, wow, it's good. They're going to wreak havoc. So thankfully, it's just Pixel Fate who teleported here, and not other humans from Earth, you know. Yeah, especially if it's evil people from Earth who get teleported to here, it'd be disastrous. Okay, I'll give it a try then. Reluctantly, I extend my hand. Instantly, a cool wind pours from my palm. Amelia's pigtails flutter in the soft breeze.
Good. Now add the fire magic.
Alright. Oh, like just add it?
The same way you would normally cast fire.
Yeah, you know. How am I supposed to feel that same strength with fire and the feeling of freedom and weightlessness with wind? Well, try imagining it now. Searching within, I try to balance those two feelings and combine them into one. A moment later, that familiar tingling sensation murmurs down my arm. Heat sparks across my fingertips. Fire larger this time blazes into turrets around my hand and wrist. I jot back, expecting for it to burn, but it doesn't. The wind groans and wisps around the flames, fanning them larger and larger. Nice.
Stop.
What? Stop? I do. The fire and wind sputter out. The rest of my strength slips away. My knees buckle and I gasp, falling backwards against a tree. I slump to the ground like a deflated balloon. Wow, that's really tiring.
Just as I expected.
Nice. Okay. Amelia blinks when she notices me on the ground.
Are you unwell?
Of course I am. You look kind of angry. What? I lean my head against the tree. I'll be okay. There was just a lot of energy.
I see.
She pauses deep in thought.
Such a feat should have taken you significantly longer to learn.
Well, I basically did it. She lifts her gaze back up to my face.
It might be easier for you to channel your energy because you have been absorbing magic directly from the elementals.
Okay.
Your progress seems to be accelerated because you are using energy stored directly from within you, instead of a secondary source, such as a manipulator.
So you're saying that all this time I have been using magic not from my manipulator but from my own body? I'm not trying to take all this information in at once, but my body feels so drained. It's suddenly an effort to keep my eyes open or my limbs up, especially when we're training in the middle of the night. Amelia glances at me again. We should get back to sleep.
That is enough practice for tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Perhaps it would behoove you to get some rest.
Behoove me? I've never seen this word before, behoove. Okay, but yeah, definitely. I let out a yawn. I'm pretty tired. And it's still the middle of the night. The brows knit together in thought.
Although, if merely casting two simple spells in conjunction exhausts you to this degree, I do fear how including more elements will affect you.
It will definitely affect me a lot. I mean, I may have untapped potential, I may have a lot of magic potential, but that doesn't mean my body is, I can use unlimited magic. No, that doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean that at all, yeah. What do you mean?
For you to successfully open a rift, you will have to engage all of the elements you have absorbed.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would be the case.
To cast multiple elements at once may prove fatal if you experience such exhaustion from using just two elements in such a basic cast.
Oh, yeah. My insights freeze. That's a bit of an exaggeration, isn't it? I mean, if two elements, we are already so exhausted, imagine 5. Could be dead. You know? So I wonder how are we going to counter this problem? Or rather solve this problem. Amy shrugs.
Of course. This is merely speculation based on my observations.
Because, I mean, it's still worth a try, but it's going to be really risky if I try to summon... if I try to cast 3 elemental magic at once. Magic spells at once, yeah. Of different, elements. 3 magic spells of different elements at once. It's going to be really, really risky. Silence fills my head. It's an odd, pounding, fizzing pressure.
Perhaps you will be able to gain the strength to cast all of the elements simultaneously.
I hope so. Maybe when I absorb more elementals? What do you mean?
The more you use magic, the more accustomed you become to it.
Oh.
Just like muscles can be strengthened with stamina, your mind can be exercised in such a manner for casting.
So you're saying that I should keep casting two elemental magic spells at once? Yeah, so as to get accustomed to it, then after that, okay, move on to 3, and move on to 4, and then finally to 5. So basically training, okay. How long will that take? Don't know. She hesitates.
It is no mistake that as you lack the years of training many other casters undertake, you tire much faster than others.
So it'll take a while, yeah?
At this time, it is difficult for me to estimate that.
Yeah. My heart sinks. This whole time I've been gathering energy from each of the Templars to find way home. But now there's a chance I won't even survive long enough to make it back. I fall silent. Amy watches me closely and grows uncomfortable at my disappointment.
As I mentioned before, this is purely speculation.
Alright. I nod, barely registering what she says. My head feels numb.
Given you are exhausted, it would benefit you to get some rest.
Yes, can we get some rest now? Amy hesitates again, as if unsure what to do next. Go to sleep now? Can talk about this later?
Good night.
Alright, good night. Night. She turns on a hill and walks back to camp, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I may actually never return home. My friends and family may never see them again. But at least I have Leanna. And of course my friends here. My brain vaguely reminds me that I should go to sleep, but my feet are rooted to the ground. There was always the possibility that I may not be able to open a reef and go home, but the hope was always there. It didn't feel like such a real possibility before. Do I even bother trying to cast a reef if the consequences are literally daily? Well, we could try, you know. Maybe I could be happy here on Terra. I think about my travel companions and the adventures we have together. We've only known each other for a short time, but I trust them completely. Plus, the thought of losing Leanna makes me feel empty. Yeah, that's why I'm saying. And the world is so much fuller and brighter when I can see the way her eyes light up when she smiles. Or how she plays with her manipulator when she's nervous. Really.
Can't sleep.
Oh, it's Gingaline again. Spin around at the voice and see Gingaline leaning against a tree. You're not sleeping? Oh, you're up? He nods.
I heard a noise which woke me up.
Oh, the casting spell? The casting spell's noise? I see. It was probably my casting. He peers at me in the dark.
Something on your mind?
No, it's nothing. Neither one of us moves.
Of course, how can I expect you to be honest with me when I haven't been fully honest with you?
So maybe you would like to be fully honest with me? I knew there was something suspicious about him, especially when he was asking all those questions. Tensing up, I watched him warily. Honest about what?
Truth is, I had an ulterior motive for joining your group. While I do still believe you'd all make for a fantastic story, I joined to get to know you specifically.
Yeah, he knows what's up about me. Why me?
I saw you at the beach.
Wait, you're saying you saw me cast the wind magic? The blood pounds in my ears. Maybe it's not what I think it is. So, we were all there just hanging out.
I saw you cast without using a manipulator. Save that boy.
Yeah, he knows. He's not stupid. He saw that. My heart hammers in my chest and I ball my fist. He saw me and he sought me out. He must have been mistaken. That's impossible. Gingaline holds out his hands as a gesture of peace.
Please don't take that the wrong way. What you did was absolutely amazing, and I just wanted to learn more about you, to understand how you did that.
Okay.
I apologize if I came off too strong earlier.
Are you going to tell anyone?
No. I understand what it's like to be different from the norm, and how it can be both something special and a burden.
Okay. Slowly I relax my fist.
I don't blame you for hiding who you truly are. Sometimes that's the safest thing you can do for yourself and others.
Yeah, you don't protect my identity, especially when you're not too familiar with me yet. Sounds like he's talking from experience. I think back to the story he told earlier in the evening. Maybe there was a lot more truth to it than he let on. Thank you. He cracks a smile.
So, will you tell me where you're actually from now?
I'm from another universe. Would you believe it? I freeze and he laughs at my bewildered look.
I'm just joking with you.
Okay.
If you ever do want to talk, maybe I can lend a little bit of insight. You don't get to my age without learning a thing or two.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. He nods, then stretches. There's something about Gingerly. Maybe it's because he's new to the party and doesn't really know me yet. Or maybe it's because I just really need someone to talk to. But something makes me want to share. The words tumble out of my mouth. Actually, there is something I would like to ask you. He nods. So, supposing you had a friend who was from somewhere else, and the only way for him to go home is so dangerous there's a chance he wouldn't survive the journey. Would you still encourage him to take that option? Gingerly rubs his beard thoughtfully.
I would ask this friend what he means by home.
Yeah, whether the home is the home that is Earth or the home that is Leanna. I blinked. His friends, his family, his higher life.
Do you think those people would want him to make a life or death decision just to return to them? Or would they feel better knowing he chose the path that would guarantee him a life he could live as he wished?
Well, Leanna certainly would. We actually saw from a scene before of Leanna that she didn't want Pixel to leave. She really doesn't want Pixel to leave. Remember that time when Pixel tried to cast some magic and then he didn't manage to cast a reef, and then Leanna was like heaving a sigh of relief. Yeah, she's the one who really doesn't want Pixel Fit to leave, you know. I never really thought about it like that. But then he'll be stuck in his new world forever. But then think about it. Is that what you want? Yeah, that's why he asked you, what do you mean by home? Gingerly shakes his head.
Life is a journey. There is no defined destination. And because of that, there are no right or wrong ways to travel along this journey.
Yes, even if you take down the evil path, it is your choice. So, there is really no right or wrong answer.
Perhaps one day, his journey will be safe. Or he may not want to go back. Perhaps another day, the choice will be made for him. Or he can choose between both.
If you ask me, my choice is already settled. I want to stay with Leanna. Yes. I feel myself relax as he speaks. He's right. Shouldn't give up hope just yet because a challenge has been thrown my way. Thanks, that helps a lot.
Just remember that you have people who care about you and will support you in whatever you decide.
Yeah, my fans, basically. No, it's not me. It's a...
hypothetical friend, yes.
Gingerly is not stupid, okay, Pixel? He winks at me, then stretches again.
Well, I think it's about time I try to get back to sleep.
Alright. Same here. It feels to me like Gingerly has experienced a lot more than the typical bard. Maybe he's also had to deal with some tough decisions in his life. Either way, he's pretty alright in my book. Yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy. We head back to the rest of our party in silence. Only the gentle breathing of my fans can be heard over our footsteps. Including Amy, I think she's probably sleeping too. As I curl back into my, or rather as I curl back up into my bed, where I quickly drift off into a deep sleep.